Hey guys, welcome to another video, and this is my final part of my One Piece overview series. This is part 25, I believe. Um, I'll talk about it after, but I've had a lot of fun going over this series. This is uh, it has just been a lot of fun going back to this series after reading or after watching the anime. Um, so in this video, I'm going to be going over 103, 104, and 105. Um, I was hoping this last volume. Well, they do get to Egghead in this last volume, but it's technically classified as Wano. Um, but I'll go ahead and show you guys the volume covers. So finally, we get to Gear 5. This is volume 103. I think it's in this volume too that it happens. And 104. And 105. Oh, this one's having trouble standing. But I do have a question of the day for you guys, but I'll talk about that in just a minute. So just right off the bat, let's get into 103. I feel like it does happen in this volume. Yes, it does. All right. I'm very excited. So Zoro, picking up on the last video, Zoro defeats King. And this is a really cool moment for Zoro. I guess I might as well become the king of hell. That's awesome. So then here, oh, there's this guy from the Whitebeard Pirates. Izo, I think his name was. I think he dies, which I don't really care much for. But this was hilarious. Kaido, he starts drinking and he gets drunk. And you can see like as he gets more drunk, he gets like more animalistic features in his hybrid form. I think we can get to it right now. But here in Big Mom versus Long Kid, this fight also had some of the greatest animation I've seen ever. This was amazing. This fight was awesome. So then, I think it'll get to it right now. But I really love how Law integrated the silence technique, or he did like the silence in his room from Corazon, and it does make sense for him to take inspiration from that and for it to actually work, because it's his room, right? That's how his power works, and technically he can do anything in that room. So I think it'll happen right here. And then Kid just blasts her with like a legit laser, which is so funny. Oh, right here, look. So this was really cool to see. And Big Mom's done for. I'm pretty sure that she's gonna come back. Because she has like incredible durability, so she might come back in the future. Who knows? Same goes for Kaido, but I feel like Kaido is actually dead. I want to believe that they're both gone, because they serve their purpose in the story. But you know how Oda is with character deaths. And then I think it shows it right here. where he has like he's becoming more beast than human in his hybrid form, which was interesting to me. Because it does make him stronger, I think. Oh, is this it right here? Where the CP0 guy, um he interferes with Kaido's fight. Uh this is the second time that's happened. And you can see like the despair in his face. He was having so much fun. This was like his purpose in life, to die in a battle, um, that could push him to his limits. So Luffy dies. He does die in this moment right here. But obviously, of course, the whatchamacallit, the main character can't die. And there's a very good reason for it. Um so Zunisha, he arrives at at Wano, right? And apparently he was a companion of Joy Boy, and Zunisha is a very ancient being. And he says, "I hear the drums of liberation. For the first time in 800 years, he is here. Joy Boy has returned." Um, and then the next chapter is called Warrior of Liberation. So uh, you can hear like I think these drums are supposed to be Luffy's heartbeat. So it goes like dum 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 dum, or I forgot I forgot how it went, but you guys know, everybody knows at this point. Um, so um, this is like one of the biggest lore drops, or the biggest plot twist, and probably anything ever. So this entire time, Luffy's had the paramecia type devil fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi, or the Gum Gum fruit. That's what we've been led to believe this entire series for 25 years at this point. And so what the Gum Gum fruit basically does is it turns its user's body into rubber, and then the imagination of the user goes with it. And and I've said it before that a devil fruit user's greatest weapon is their imagination, right? Because you can have probably the most unorthodox devil fruit, um, and still be super powerful. Like a good example of this, I've talked about this before, but a good example of that is Doflamingo's devil fruit, the string fruit. And I probably couldn't have come up with as many ways to use his devil fruit as Doflamingo did. He used it as a way to fly. He used it as slashing attacks. He used it for defense and healing and manipulation, puppetry, all kinds of stuff. He used it for clones too. Um, it's insane. And Luffy, he has probably an even greater imagination. You can see with his attacks that on top of his monster strength, he gains range, right? Um, so at first, he just stretches out his arm for a punching attack, and then his legs. You can see that throughout the course of the series, but I think the next step in his awakening was his gears. So gear second, right? It pumps the blood in his body to make him faster and stronger, and that's why he uses his legs as pumps to pump blood through his body faster, so he can become stronger and faster. Gear third, he blows up the the bones in his body for just raw strength. And then in gear fourth, he applicated his hockey and his rubber body, so he becomes just as flexible, but even more durable to attacks like that. Um, and I remember uh way back, um before I even started like getting into One Piece, I was seeing like fan interpretations of Gear 5, and it was some of the edgiest stuff that I've ever seen. um and it was like full body hockey, and he had all these like serpent arms and everything. And I remember this chapter coming out, and um it's an understatement to say that it broke the internet, because I was seeing it everywhere. And I was like, "Oh, cool! Luffy got a new form, whatever, right?" But now that uh, I've like gotten through the series, this is probably Luffy's biggest moment um, in this series. So here they say that we've been led up to believe that this was a paramecia type gum gum fruit, by the way, for 25 years. And just like that, the Godosei reveal that Luffy actually has a Zoan type human fruit mythical type model Nika, possessing a body with the properties of rubber and fighting whatever way he fancies, bringing smiles to the faces of people, the warrior of liberation, also known as Nika the sun god. Awakening brings his rubbery body greater physical strength and freedom. It is said that it is the world's most ridiculous power. And oh my god, dude. So question of the day. What do you guys feel about Gear 5? I know um most fans will agree that it's a really good addition to Luffy's character. But some people think that, oh, it's too goofy. Oh, I wanted something different, and that's okay. But you have to remember that Luffy has always been like this. Just go back to the first episode. Go back, uh, to the very beginning of the series. One Piece as a whole has been like this for the entirety of its run. So, Luffy, um, what Luffy's dream is, it's not to become king of the pirates. I know that that's what he says his dream is. Like in almost, he says it in almost every episode. But you have to pick a little bit deeper than that. And you find out what Luffy actually wants is freedom. And he believes that becoming king of the pirates is the pinnacle of freedom, and that's what he wants. Um, so some people say that his real dream is that he wants everybody in the world to become a pirate, and that's such a Luffy thing to say, because he sees um, being a pirate as being free, and that's all he wants. He just wants to be free. And this transformation for Luffy is perfect, man. They've already established before that Nika is a warrior of liberation, right? He brings smiles to all the people, right? Um, and throughout this entire series, Luffy is that warrior of liberation. He's like the it's fate, you know? And I think that goes uh into that inherited will theme of One Piece. Um but yeah, go back to Arlong Park. He liberated all the people of Kokoyashi Village. Um Drum Island, Alabasta, uh Skypiea. Um Maybe not Water 7, but um if you look at the Straw Hats as well, they've all been liberated by Luffy. They've all been given freedom by him, and it's just insane. Part of me feels that Oda was planning this since the very start of the series, which is unbelievable to think about. But yeah, I uh, Gear 5 is probably Luffy's greatest moment in One Piece. It's the biggest plot twist in the entire series, and probably the series' greatest moment. So, um, here Luffy grabs Kaido like a rope, and he swings him around. And I love this Looney Tunes inspired thing for One Piece. I really appreciate it honestly because he's giving all those incredible creators back in the day credit. Um, and I watched Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes as a kid. So I love this about One Piece, about Luffy's gear fifth and transformation. So here Luffy's just swinging him around like a rope. And then there's that classic gag where the eyes pop out. He he grabs the floor and pulls it up like a rug, and he reflects Kaido's blast breath. And then there's that reveal. Oh man, I love this aspect about One Piece. Um, and it's insane how iconic Gear 5 has gotten already. I feel um, like I think it came out like 2.5 years ago. And everybody knows about Gear 5. So then Luffy's just taking his imagination to the limit. Um, I was gonna say something. Uh, Shoot, I oh yeah. Um, so Luffy's awakening. I'm not exactly sure how it works because it is technically a Zoan type, right? But Paramecia type devil fruits, they have that the awakening where they can influence the environment, and Luffy has that ability too. You can see that that his power is affecting the ground around him. Um, and you'll see right now that Luffy becomes almost possessed by the devil fruit. He can't control his laughter, and he's just having so much fun. Which also is another thing that plays into the whatchamacallit, into the inherited will thing. I love this so much, man. Right here, look, he says, "Isn't this fun, Kaido?" He wants to keep fighting. He's having fun. And I feel like I read this somewhere, um, but I'm not sure if it's true or not. But oh, here Luffy grabs lightning, and of course he can, right? With his power and his invulnerability to lightning. Um, I read it somewhere uh that Oda gave Luffy Gear 5 because he was tired of giving him serious power ups, which is perfect, man. That's such in One Piece style. Um, so we're on to 104, and I feel like I think this is my favorite, or one of my favorite volume covers of the series. It's perfect, man. You have Hiyori in the back, and Momonosuke here, and Luffy with his Gear 5 form in the front. So this is volume 104. I think, um, give me a second. Yeah, 104 should cover the rest of this fight. So there's just that backflash, or the flashback between Momonosuke. And there's really interesting reveal. Kaido says that Roger didn't have a devil fruit, which is even more insane because it just means that he was that powerful with Haki alone. Um, but yeah, that was a cool reveal. Oh, and then there's Luffy's Bajran gun. Another big fist attack, but just on a whole nother scale. So I'm gonna speed through this just a little bit. All right here. This is where Luffy defeats Kaido. That was kind of short, actually. It was like half a volume. That fight. Uh, Gear 5 Luffy versus Kaido. But here he says, I want a world where my friends can eat as much as they want. That's so classic for Luffy. And then the people of Wano are throwing up these lanterns. And then this one says, "Beat that scary dragon." Oh man, this was an incredible payoff to this arc. I feel like it was leading all up to this, you know. And then Otama writes, "I want to see Daddy," and then she instead says, "Thank you, Daddy." So I really like that as well. I wanted to talk about the production value and the animation in this episode. It is insane. The If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. That's what happens when you give animators like total creative freedom. Like that's probably some of these best animation that I've seen in anything. And I've seen lots of cartoons and movies and stuff with amazing animation. And I know it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but you have to appreciate that the animators did an amazing job on those episodes where Gear 5 showed off. Which makes me very excited for the upcoming fight in Egghead. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've read the manga, but if you don't, I'm not gonna spoil it. But if you have seen, if you're watching Egghead at this moment, you can. I think you guys already know, right? But I'm not gonna spoil it for anime onlys who are in like Water 7 or something. Shh, don't tell nobody. Because I was spoiled. And then there's Momonosuke's full grown body. So I don't think there's much left to talk about. Oh, and then Luffy is given the title of Emperor. So that's crazy. Oh, and then some more lore drops. Um, Ryokugyu, Green Bull. People call him Green Bull. But yeah, here's the new reveal of the new four emperors. So Shanks, Buggy, Luffy, and Blackbeard. And of course, Buggy became an emperor. That's so funny. I feel like they're gonna go too far with that gag, and Buggy's gonna become the Pirate King. That's hilarious. And then Shanks shows his true intentions. I feel like we know basically nothing about this character. Aside from the fact that he's an emperor, that him and Luffy are friends, and that he's a celestial dragon. But here uh he says, "Let's claim the One Piece." And I'm like, "What? They're gonna go after the One Piece? Okay, just go ahead and do that if you want." Oh yeah, but here there's that reveal that Wano has an ancient weapon below it. And then I love this line by Shanks here. "Are you really that afraid of the new era?" And that was volume 104. And then there's not much left to talk about in 105. Just there's the like the whatchamacallit, the like the epilogue. Is it the epilogue? Prologue? I forgot, but like everything that happens after after Wano, right? They're resting up and everything. And then here's the cross guild that Buggy's teamed up with Crocodile and Mihawk. And then I think it's right here where yes, Momonosuke is 28, I think, in this physical form, but he's still a little kid, and he's crying and saying that he's gonna miss some. That he's gonna, I'll miss you so much. Please stay with me forever. I don't want to say goodbye. And he says that it was because of all of you that I survived. It was because of all of you that I was able to laugh and smile. You avenged my father and my mother. I cannot thank you enough. Um, and then Luffy gives him a present. He gives him a straw hat flag. And he says uh, that they were waiting to give him that, and he says, "Some shogun you are, Momo. You might be bigger now, but we know who you are inside. You're an idiot and a coward and a weakling." And Luffy says, "This was really touching." He says, "But I think of you, a little brother," and that says a lot because Luffy himself is a little brother. And he's not saying those words just because he really means it. And I love that moment for Luffy. And he tells him, when times are hard, just remember our adventures at sea. Fly this flag over Wano. If anyone shows up causing trouble, let them see it. They'll know that if anyone messes with my crew, they're picking a fight with us. And he officially names them like Straw Hat crew members and says, if you want to be pirates, just say the word and we'll come pick you up. But we don't let weaklings on the ship. Oh, man. I love this arc. And that's the end of Wano. And then here is just the epilogue pretty much. But I think I'm gonna save that for the next volume that comes out for Egghead. So yeah, that was my One Piece overview series. I can't overstate enough how much I'm in love with this series. I went into it mostly positive, but some negative thoughts about the series because prior to actually getting into this series, I had dropped it. I gotten like 20 episodes in, and I just dropped it. But I made the really good choice of diving in head first, and I discovered this amazing series with so many great characters, done by this amazing genius of a man. But I love this series so much, man. You can tell that from the fact that I made a 25-part series on this series. I will probably be a One Piece fan for as long as I live. And I hope to live in a long enough to see the ending to this series because it's gonna be the greatest payoff to anything ever, in my opinion. If you guys are on the fence about One Piece, I was the same. I thought the art style was super unappealing. It was super long. Please disregard those. And just remember that you have to take it slow with a series as full as this one. If you don't like it past Arlong Park, then drop it. I feel like Arlong Park is the arc where it really pulls you in. But if that doesn't do it to you, then just drop it. Don't waste your time. But if you get past those 40 episodes, I know 40 episodes is a lot. And you're like, Hey, I kind of like this. I was wrong about this series. Keep going. I encourage you to keep going with this series. Take your time, enjoy it, and have fun with this series. It's an amazing piece of media. Um, I can't overstate that enough, and I want to thank Eiichiro Oda for giving us this masterpiece of the last 25 years. It's insane. Such an amazing series filled with so much heart, incredible story writing, world building, and characters, and amazing art. I can I can't tell you guys how much I love this series. But yeah, that was the end of my One Piece overview series. I can't believe it's over. I think it was like 2 months ago when I started this series, all the way back in January. Um, so what's next after this? I'm not exactly sure for season 2 just yet. I want to do maybe a shorter video or a not a shorter video, a shorter series. Um, I'm still I'm kind of on the fence about Full Metal Alchemist because that's gonna take me a while, and I'm not. I'm kind of like I don't understand the themes in Full Metal Alchemist very well. I love it. I love Full Metal Alchemist a lot, but I'm not that intelligent to understand the themes and stuff. I feel like I understood a lot more themes in One Piece. But I'll let you guys know. I'm very excited to get back to doing figure reviews. Question of the day: what do you think about Gear 5? That's a very delicate topic in the One Piece community. I love Gear 5, man. It's the pinnacle of Luffy's character, his power, and the pinnacle of One Piece. I believe so. In terms of theme and stylization and everything, it's just amazing. It's an amazing power up, an amazing character moment for an amazing character. But yeah, that's the end of my One Piece overview series. Very sad to see it go, but I'm excited to get to doing new stuff on my channel. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
弱さを味方につけた僕は誰よりも高く飛べるんだからこんなところで止まってたらなくしたものが輝かなくなる君がどこか迷った時に僕の心もさまよっていたら見つけてあげられないんだ優しさだけじゃなくその強さも分かってるんだ夜明けの時さ最高到達点にまで行き